remember it vividly. It was one night in 5th grade, and I was lying on my bed, thinking about the silly things that a 5th grader would do, like, what's the best Pokemon? And what does earwax taste like? And how are babies made? Introducing 11-year-old Bradley, skinny, addicted to YouTube, and driven to be Bill Nye's apprentice. Back then, I really didn't have a place for God in my life. My parents divorced each other, and my grandma died shortly after. So the big man in the sky wasn't so important to me. Ah! Just then it happens! From the bathroom next to my bedroom, I heard the loudest screech from my sister that I had ever heard. This is the story of how I fought off a home intruder single-handedly. Just kidding. This is the story of how my sister got a hairbrush stuck in her head, which would forever change my life and my relationship with God. You see, my sister has hair that she describes as voluminous. So one night, as she was getting ready for bed, this hairbrush entangled itself in her weave, like fingers in Aunt Jemima's syrup. My dad comes running in, and he's working up a visible sweat trying to get this thing out. So I'm like, I've got some time, you know? I went to my bed, I pulled up YouTube, and I found a video that would change my life forever. Top 10 High School Musical songs in order. No, just kidding. The video is called Astronaut Talks with Students from Space. The man's name was Commander Chris Hadfield, but he might as well have been Jesus Christ to me. Through a series of video conferences, he shared with students the intricacies of living in space. From brushing your hair, to, fancy back, brushing your teeth, to going to the bathroom, which, if you forget about the fact that things float, can be a pretty crappy experience. I couldn't get enough of these videos. I was like a fat kid on Halloween when there's a bowl full of candy out in the front yard and a sign that says, "Take one." Yeah, bet. I watched like 30 of these things. As I reflect on it now, that hairbrush did not get stuck by chance. God wanted that to be stuck so that I would watch those videos, so that I would find out what I wanted to do in life. In the gospel, Jeremiah says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I dedicated you. A prophet to the nations, I appointed you." I'm here to tell you that this retreat changes lives, and it's the biggest source of love, of genuine, inclusive love, that I have ever found. I'm sure that not all of you know what you want to do, and that's okay. It's okay because God has a plan for all of us. And if you go back 8 months, you could call it God's plan. Now, God's plan for you may be different from God's plan for me, but there's only one way to find out what your unique plan is, and that is to listen to the signs. Life is full of challenging problems, and we don't always get the questions answered that we want. For example, I still don't know what the best Pokemon is. Thankfully, I do not know what earwax tastes like, but I do know how babies are made. So some questions do get answered. But I also know the answer to the most important question, what God's plan is for me. I am going to be an astronaut. Now, deciding to follow that plan has made the biggest difference in my life and the way in which I choose to live it. So candidates, I implore you, open up on this retreat, share things with your small group, and look for signs from God, because that will be the key to your future. Understand what you want to do and what makes you unique and special. Find out what that plan is. Go after it, chase it, make it yours, own it, and be proud of it. And like Bon Jovi says, remember that it's my life.